watching Union United News. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Eli.
A whole new destructive TikTok page is trending all over the country. Along with soap dispensers, students across the country have been stealing school property in the name of TikTok's newest diabolical trend, devious licks.
Most people hadn't used or even seen this phrase. Now, devious licks is being used across social media, even outside of the trend.
Breaking news. Labor unions sue Biden administrations to expand vaccine mandates and cover smaller businesses. The benefits of labor unions, such as those suing the Biden administration, are better local benefits and wages, state-mandated protections for workers, and increasing national minimum wages. However, the disadvantages include discouraged individuality among workers, more state restrictions against offering promotions, and reduced overall profits in American unionized businesses.
While the unions didn't provide arguments in their petition, a spokesperson for the Food Workers Union stated that the group wants and mandates expected to cover as many businesses as possible. Along with that, the union also wants the new Labor Department rule to ensure that employees don't have to cover the cost of COVID testing and face masks.
Well, it seems that the labor unions are determined to have the mandates cover all businesses. The service employees in their petition said the Biden policy fails to adequately protect all workers who face a grave danger from COVID-19 exposure in the workplace.
Also, as positive cases for the coronavirus rise, many employed workers have leaned towards labor unions for the safety of themselves and others. Unionized workers receive more health benefits than non-unionized workers and also pay lower health care deductibles and a smaller share of the cost for family coverage. In retirement, unionized workers are more likely to be covered by health insurance and more secure if there are possibility to get sick.
We have managed to get a labor union member with us today, here on the phone. You're live on the air, Joseph.
Thanks, Kate and Eli. It's great to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Joseph.
Yeah, so I'm part of the UFCW, which is the United Food and Commercial Workers. It basically offered me the chance to start a 2-year program to become a certified butcher. It was an incredible opportunity, and I didn't hesitate at all. That's the difference the UFCW makes. It rewards our hard work, unlike the government. Instead of wondering what I would do to pay the bills, my local worked with me and fought for me.
When the UFCW sued the Biden administration, what was the ruling motive that caused them to implement legal action?
Well, labor unions want to strengthen worker protections to ensure coverage for workers. I'm a frontline employee, and I should have the right to have a voice in how vaccine requirements are implemented. Businesses do not consider the importance of face coverings and other critical safeguards. These are needed to keep workers and customers safe, like testing.
Are labor unions necessary for every corporation?
Labor unions play a huge role by setting standards for skill levels, working conditions, quality of life, wages, and even education for workers. Most times, businesses oppose unions because they interfere with their economy. Many anti-union corporations have brought up that employees should just trust their management to do what's best for everyone, save their money instead of spending it on expensive fees for unions, and that most unions can't be trusted.
How will labor unions impact our future?
Labor unions give employees a chance to have a voice in work share arrangements to save jobs. They help with wages, they help create equality, they help close pay, and they make democracy work by getting more people into the process and helping advocate for the positions that the working class supports. Unions help balance power in our economy, and they create a sense of security for workers across the country. Unions will give future workers a chance to fight for their rights in the workplace.
Wow, thank you for sharing your views with us. We appreciate your dedication and determination. Next up, what is causing the most severe blow to the U.S. economy since the Great Depression? Find out on Union United News. The COVID-19 pandemic and the mitigation efforts put in place to contain it delivered the most severe blow to the U.S. economy since the Great Depression. The Federal Reserve acted decisively and was dispatched to employ all the tools in its conventional kit and to design, develop, and launch within weeks a series of innovative facilities to support the flow of credit to households and businesses.
These measures taken together provided crucial support to the economy in 2020 and are continuing to contribute to what is expected to be a robust economic recovery in 2021.
UUN's reporter Amelia Jorgensen has been watching the Federal Reserve Board's actions for decades now. Here's Amelia with today's insights on the topic.
Thanks, Caitlin and Eli. We all thought the pandemic was coming to a close, but how is the Federal Reserve handling the repercussions? An official response posted from the Federal Reserve Board has claimed, in December of 2020, the Federal Reserve vowed to guide the American economy to recovery with $120 billion in monthly bonds until the nation had achieved a 2% interest rate and maximum employment. Thomas Frank said, "Together, these measures will ensure that monetary policy will continue to deliver powerful support to the economy until recovery is complete." However, 2021's COVID spike prolonged Americans' economic rehabilitation. At the height of the pandemic, the Fed cut interest rates to 0 to 0.25% in order to stimulate buyers in the market. As reopenings continue to drive businesses, the American interest rates have increased, successfully stabilizing prices after the global crisis. Unfortunately, the Fed has not accomplished its employment goals, as employment rate is 3% lower than the start of the pandemic. With 5 million fewer workers, the GDP is surprisingly higher than pre-pandemic times, meaning that the demand for excess labor has decreased, especially for minorities. Women, people of color, and immigrants are all lacking the ability to become employed. Therefore, beginning in December of 2021, the Fed will increase its treasury by $60 billion. Interest rates are hovering at a safe percentage, but the Fed needs to implement greater functioning employment policies before America's economy recovers fully from this tragedy.
This leaves us a lot to think about as we become adults in the American economy. Thanks, Amelia, for quite the intel on the story.
So is the Fed really taking control of the pandemic's aftermath? Farther on this, the pros of the Federal Reserve are representing local economic values, increasing transparency in state funding, and establishing a national currency. In contrast, the cons of the Federal Reserve are that the Fed is considered invasive to individual economic practices, favoring private businesses over state public businesses, and increasing the national debt.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Eli. Have a great day.